Expo 2025 has just finished over Battersea, London, and there have been some very exciting products exhibited, some old, some new at the show. And in this video, I'll try to show you directly from the brands themselves, new lenses from Laowa, some exciting batteries from Core SWX and IDX, transmitters from Hollyland and Accsoon, super light carbon fiber tripods from Miller, and a new 5K bi-colored light from Nanlux. There were tons of other stuff at the London BSC Expo 2025, from batteries to robots to pro lights that are used on £1 million or dollar budget productions, all kinds of fancy stuff, things I have never seen or heard of, people having fun and testing the industry tech and gear. Super expensive film gear was all over the place. It was quite an experience. I walked over 10,000 steps on just breakfast alone and felt as though I was in my element. I also saw the newly announced red camera with the Nikon Z mount, some type lenses that will look very cute and light and produce great imagery. Laowa's soon to be released Cine Lenses, which I'm currently testing one of, so stay tuned. It was amazing. There was just so much at times I forgot to film and just took everything in.
Hi guys, I'm Andy from Nanlux. I'm going to introduce you the all-new Evoke 5000B. So basically it's the world's first 5000 watt bi-color with green magenta adjustment, single source LEDs with IP rated in the world. And what you're seeing here is an all-in-one unit. So what that means is the head itself contains, which is the lamp and the control unit, and then also the ballast. So what that means is you can travel with the light, with the head itself, and only one cable. So you don't have to bring extra parts like headlight cables and then ballast or control units. So it's very easy for transportation. It's very easy to checking the gears. It's very easy to rigging on set. So the unit is and the whole unit is IP66, which means as long as you don't put it underwater, it could deal with every scenarios above water, right? Heavy rains, heavy snows, dusty scenarios, everything. So this is the 45E Fresnel for the 5000B. But what you get is that it's a motorized Fresnel that you can control the flattened spot while pressing the buttons here, or you can control it from the head, or you can control it from the app or the DMX. So the price for the light is £12,900 plus VAT.
So, hello, I'm Marcus from Laowa. So today I would like to introduce you all to our Proteus 2X anamorphic zooms. The 2X anamorphic zooms will have the 26 to 45 millimeter and the 45 to 85 millimeter. They are all T2.9 aperture, providing over 3x zoom range across two lenses. They are all parfocal, so you don't have to worry about the focus being loose after switching the focal and the zoom range. This can go up to like 50 centimeters for the minimum focusing distance, so you can get a really good sharp image if you are focusing really close. And then it can provide 3 cinematic flare versions. What you are looking at is the silver flare version, so it adapts to the color of the light source that you are using. So if you're shining an orange light, it will become an orange flare, and blue light will become blue flare, and so on. So it will provide a really good image, like an artistic image if you are pursuing a 2X anamorphic kind of stuff. And because we are trying to provide a zoom capabilities to the people, so you can now easily adjust the zoom range from the 26 to 45, and then do a crash zoom, dolly zoom, slow zoom, all kinds of zooms to enhance the cinematic effects that you have in mind for your productions, features, or commercial, or even the music videos. So these lenses are priced at $6,000 per lens, and it will be available in PL mount in default, but it will have EF, RF, and Z mount for you to do some interchangeable mount bayonet inside. So be sure to check out, and they will be released early March. So be sure to stay tuned to Laowa social media accounts on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you so much.
Yeah, well, Sigma has been manufacturing optics since the 1960s in one particular factory in Aizu, Japan. It's known for its really lovely clean water, which is key into making very high quality optics. Our CEO, Mr. Markey, has been running the company for quite a while now, and he took over from his father. So it's a multi-generational family-run company. As we produce it all in one factory, our output is very, very consistent. So if you purchase the lens, say now, and purchase a similar lens or the same lens within like 5 years, the optics are going to be exactly the same. So it's super duper consistent. We pride ourselves on being very innovative. So at the moment we are producing lots of exotic new lenses like the 28 to 105mm f2.8 and the 28 to 45mm f1.8. So really lovely zooms for your video. We also have 3 different types of lens line. So we do the contemporary range. The contemporary range is for your everyday photographer. So still very good glass in them. So we put our top optics in there, but we rely a little bit more on in-camera corrections to be able to keep the lenses nice and small, ranging anywhere between a 10 to 18mm, which I think is what you're using to film at the moment, all the way up to like a 100 to 400mm. We do our art range, which are these lenses just down here. So these lenses are our more top quality optics, so it's our optical designers going absolutely bonkers to try and give you the best optical performance possible. And we also do sport lenses as well. These are your longer focal lengths, typically from 70 to 200 up to our 60 to 600mm, which was the first lens that we produced with new autofocusing technology called the high response linear actuator. That allows bigger groups of lenses to be moved more rapidly, and also a new autofocusing algorithm in there, stabilization I should say, called the OS2, which that allows up to 7 stops of autofocus, stops of light I should say, at the wide end and up to 5 at the top end. So again, really good stuff, being very, very innovative. So this one is the 28 to 45mm T2, but it's the world's first autofocus Cine lens. So we're leveraging the technology of our art lenses, popping it into a Cine range, so you've got the best of both worlds effectively. Perfect for people who are coming up through videography, YouTubers, that kind of sort of thing, content creators who are looking to take that next step, but also creators who would love to just switch to autofocus and not have to worry about your focus pulls.
Anything anamorphic in the working?
There's nothing in the works at the moment for anamorphic, no.
Hello everyone, this is Kelvin from Hollyland. Today I'm going to introduce you Cosmo C2, our latest transmission system. And Cosmo C2 supports 2 transmitter, 1 receiver, and you can up to 1,000 meters transmission range. And for the Cosmo C2, about the receiver is quite unique for the design. We got the NDI protocol integrated. Also, you can have the 2 outputs from 2 camera at the same time. As you can see, we are linking one of the monitors here, and another transmitter is on the Sony A7M3.
So this is the new G3, takes place on the Neo line. It's a 20 amp cell at 14 volts, so there's nothing you can do to hurt it. It has a display on the side, 3 different display modes. You have 4 different LED modes. You click and play that, you got green, you have red, blue, you have gold, yellow, and you have nothing if you don't want to have any lights on set. Press and hold it. You have 2 PD Pro connections up the top. They're a USB-C based connection, and the connections are lockable, so you can put them in either way, it doesn't matter. It also solves your ground loop, the SDI ground loop issue with some cameras. You still have a P-tap out the top, so that's normal. Comes in both V-mount and G-mount.
And this one you have here?
This one right here, this is called the Power Base Edge Snap. Your connections are in the back. You can stack them. Again, you have your PD Pro connections out the top. This one's 90 watts, this one's 45 watts. Again, you have 2 P-taps out the side. You have the same technology where you can change the colors.
And you can stack them no matter what.
And then you can stack them. Yeah, this is your base plate. So it goes on a magic arm. We'll have new base plates that'll have either be V-mount, G-mount, and they'll pass power too. So if you snap it on, you can pass the power through it if you want to put it on. It is only a 49 watt at 5 amps, where this one is 20 amp cell versus a 5 amp cell. So your output's a lot different.
So how much it is in the market? Do you?
List price
Yeah.
is $499 is list. These are $195.
Okay.
So, but that's list. Depending on where you're buying from, I hope nobody ever pays list.
So our micro range of batteries, we've had it for a while now. When it first was introduced, we just had 2 DTAP outputs. And then over time, we realized that actually including USB-C on the battery is becoming more and more useful for a wide range of equipment. 3 models, 50 watt hour, 98 watt hour, and 150 watt hour. They all feature DTAP output and a USB-C PD socket. This is an input and an output. So you can power a number of accessories from that port.
You can
You
charge
also
it.
have the ability to charge through that. Just because they look small, do not assume that they're not powerful.
Yeah.
So from the 98 and the 150, they're capable of at least a 13 amp and a 14 amp output.
What's the weight? They feel so light. Do you know the specific weight?
So they're roughly around, so the 50,
Yeah.
which is ideal for mirrorless rigs or like monitors or even like follow focus,
Yeah.
that was roughly about 300 grams.
300.
So very light,
Very light.
very light.
And the 150?
And the 150s is the heavier one, but
Yeah.
it's still only about 600 grams.
This is the lightest 150
Yeah.
I've ever used.
If you compare that to a full-size 150,
But what's the difference between having this 150 this size? Why is this? This is still light anyways.
it's still pretty light.
Yeah, but why there's different sizes?
It's for different applications, different
Yeah.
style of cameras. So the Duo range or the larger batteries are designed for kind of ENG shoulder cameras. We kind of do need the counterweight, need the support with
I
bigger
see.
lenses.
I see.
The micros built and designed for smaller rigs, lightweight rigs, keep things small. The way kind of modern cine style cameras, they get
Yeah.
boxier, so like the Red,
I see.
Burano, the Sony Burano. So to fit the design and the
To make it just flushing and
exactly,
neat.
so add to the user experience rather than just technical specs.
What are these things behind the batteries?
So these are our PV micro plates.
Okay.
So you normally
Have something
have a
like-
full-size V-mount plate,
Yeah.
but with a micro on there,
Yeah.
it looks a bit out of place. So if you're keeping your rig small, you don't want a plate to get in the way.
Of course.
So again, to keep everything flush
And nice.
and nice, and then even on the plates you get DTAP output
I
and
see.
a USB output as well.
So there's USB-C output or just USB-A?
So
Is it
again,
USB-C or USB-A?
USB-C, but it's only 5 volt, so it's not a normal PD socket.
No worries. So what do we have here?
So along the lines with the iMicro, we also have a hotspot plate. So user can have 2 batteries on this plate.
Yeah.
It will discharge from channel 1.
Into
When
channel
this
2.
battery is empty, it will go down to channel 2. You can take off the empty battery, put a new one on,
Still have power going.
and it'll swap back. So you can have continuous power output without having to turn things off, stop recording. If you're filming for a long time, or if you're filming documentary style, you don't really want to miss anything. You can just keep hot swapping. The plate itself has 2 DTAP outputs again, and a USB PD output.
Is that C? USB-C?
USB-C again.
Oh, cool.
So you can have your accessories coming off the plate. So your accessories and your camera are hot swap powered. You can indefinitely run depending on how many batteries you have ready to go.
Cool.
And along the lines of the USB PD, we've got our 3-channel USB PD charger,
How many watts?
100 watt out. If you were to do channel 1 only, it will charge at 65 watts. If you did the first 2 channels, it's 45 watts each, and then the third one drops down to like 20 watts,
Okay.
something like that. So if you're charging all 3,
All 3.
it slows the charge rate down because you don't want to get too hot.
Yeah.
So, and if you just do the 1, then you get a faster charge. If you're in a rush, you just put 1 on, get it charged, out the door. Very simple. Then along the line, We've got our Sony BPU batteries,
Yeah, for your Blackmagic Pixies.
Blackmagic Pixies, FX6.
Yeah.
So again,
USB-C out.
USB-C, DTAC output, nice and simple. 98 watt hour as well.
Okay.
Run a long time. And we also have a 50 watt hour version as well. And then the newest one, we've added the USB socket to our new NPF style batteries. So 7.2 volt, USB-A, USB-C. So for the Z280 cameras.
Can you recharge the battery using the USB-C? Is it in and out?
In and out as well.
Cool.
So all the USB sockets are in and out. You can charge and discharge. And then coming later this year,
Okay.
we have our 6-channel USB charger.
Okay. So tell me about it.
So it's a 440 watt power supply split across the 6 channels. This will be simultaneous as well, so all 6 at the same time. And this would be faster than charging via a traditional V-Lock.
This is a working, it's just a demo.
This is a demo.
So the fancy lights will tell
Big
you.
screen.
Yeah.
But you'll see the readout information, how much power, what the charge rate is. This will be coming later in the year.
How much, starting from that one, how much?
Prices to be confirmed.
Okay.
Don't know that one yet.
Okay. And your Sony MPFs?
So starting from the NPF, the small one is £75 list.
Okay.
£120 list.
Not bad, not bad.
Then stepping up to the BPU batteries, the small one is 155
155, okay.
list. The big one's 225.
£25.
The 3-channel USB charger is £80 list.
Okay.
The hot swap plate for the iMicros is £300 list. Then the 150 is 330 list price.
330.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the 98, where's it gone? So the 98 is 250.
Okay.
And then finally the 50 is 190.
190.
Yeah.
Not bad.
So that's all list price, excluding VAT. You would buy via one of our resellers and it will be less than that price I've quoted. So
This is missing something the rest have. Transport, you see V-Touch. What's V-Touch?
V-Torch is it's a unique little feature. If you double press this button,
Yeah.
so you get a tiny torch on the back.
Nice.
So if you're filming in dark space and you're trying to find a BNC connection or your SD card slot, you've got a tiny torch just to help you out. And it'll turn itself off as well. So you don't have to worry about it.
See. So it just, these are high load batteries and these are low.
Yeah, so for low power equipment, it's only 7.2 amps. So for small mirrorless cameras or follow focus units, monitors. But these ones are impressive with 13 amp and 14 amp output. With the 150, you could power some Aputure lights quite comfortably.
If you're after a wireless video transmitter, then the reason you should buy Accsoon over all of our competitors is that we have the unique patent on the tri-band technology, which means that, for example, if you get a Hollyland and it says it's dual band, what that means is when you're transmitting video to your receiver, it will select between the 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi band or the 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi band, depending on how much noise there is. So if you get interference on the 2.4, it will try and switch to the 5, which means that when it's switching, you lose the signal. Whereas what we have is a system where it sends the same video signal simultaneously across 3 bands, so across 2.4 gigahertz, 5 gigahertz, and 6 gigahertz all at once. The receiver takes all 3 streams all at once, and then it will mix between the 3 streams to make sure there's never any dropout, right? So what that means is you have an incredibly robust signal that just generally doesn't drop out unless you throw a lot of interference, a lot of stuff in the way.
The Master 4K has a range of 1.5 kilometers here, line of sight. And even in like incredibly busy Wi-Fi environments like this, you just get a solid signal, no dropout, no jagging. It is rock solid. So that's the main reason why you should go for Accsoon over our competitors. Because it's it's unique technology. Nobody else has that. Nobody else has that robustness of like link. But on top of that, the Master 4K is also our lowest latency transmitter. It's under 25 milliseconds, so under half a frame delay, which I'm pretty sure is faster than Hollyland. It's faster than DJI. The only people that can beat it will be Teradek, who can do their zero latency, or Dwarf Connection, who also do zero latency. But then they're a lot more expensive. The Master 4K system is £620 plus VAT for a sender and receiver, whereas you'll be looking at, for a 4K system from Teradek, a couple of grand. It's less than half the price compared to Teradek. It's less than the cost of the DJI system, but incredibly robust.
Do you have any plans for
4K 60? Zero latency? Not at the moment. The issue with zero latency is again, it's a patent thing. The patent for the zero latency system is held by a company called Amimon, which is actually owned by Teradek, owned by the company that owns Teradek. Though I do know they're looking to sell Amimon. So maybe in the future, if Amimon gets sold, then other companies will be able to use the chip. So
thank you,
but 25 milliseconds under half a frame, that's quick enough to
25 milliseconds.
Yeah, I mean, you can compare it with the, on the app here, you can see that 25 milliseconds it's fast enough. You can pull focus on it. It's good.
We have the new Tokina Vista C here, which are a complete change in optics from the previous Vista Prime lenses. They have a red and blue colored flare, as well as a very pleasing roll-off background distortion effect, which people are used to seeing in more vintage lenses, but you get the large format coverage. They cover up to Alexa 65 from the 35 millimeter and up, and nearly zero focus breathing. You can buy it in micro 4/3 mount if you want. You can buy it in up to LPL, PL, EF, E. There's a whole bunch of different ones. Because they're quite a bit heavier lens, you really need to consider a more robust mount, like in locking EF or a PL mount or LPL.
So this is a carbon fiber. They do come in alloy also, but they are very good, compact. Will fit into a suitcase for traveling. Come in 75 and 100 ml bowls. It's very simple sort of to use. It's just a one action, turn, press the yellow button, and we're away. So quite quick to set up.
Is this the highest height it can go up to?
This is the 3-stage. So we're talking like sort of another meter on top here.
Hello and welcome to the Fujifilm stand at BSC Expo 2025, and I've been asked to explain what this is. This is my GFX 102, but it doesn't look like that, does it? No, it's been decorated, some might say pimped out, with all sorts of accessories that allow me to film on it very, very easily. I'm going to go back to front because it's easier. I've got a plate here, power plate. I've got D-taps for all my accessories and camera. I've got a V-lock on the back of that. I've got my screen. I've got my 32-bit float with my zoom f3, 2 channels. This is all nestling inside a mid-49 cage, which has a handle at the back, built for the GFX 102. It's a really nice cage. You can move things around, you can customize it, you can do whatever you like to it. On the top, I've got a Shinobi 2, the new Shinobi 2. That can have camera control as well. If you connect it via USB-C, very nice lightweight monitor, it's just about daylight viewable.
Why should someone invest into this camera? Why should I buy this camera?
Well, you buy this camera because you want large format cinematography, but you want it in a lightweight package. In a really lightweight package that you can carry yourself, you can run around with, maybe with a Cine saddle on your front. It's a really good, and on the front of it, you can see I've got a 58mm iron glass, the same lens that was used in Dune and Batman. Great piece of glass. I've got a wooden camera PL mount to GFX, and that's about it really. Oh, I've also got a LiDAR on the front. I got a PD movie LiDAR just for giggles, and I've got a lens cuff holding my rod on, so I've got no torque reaction. That's all like that. I've designed this. This is my creation, if you like, but it's got all the bits I need on to go filming on a daily basis.
There was just too much to see, and at times I forgot to film, and I'm hoping to review some of these products in the near future. So don't forget to like and subscribe. It's your Filmmaker. Peace.